Hello YouTube. Um, this is our first video of me uh talking. Um, I'm not used to being on camera, not used to talking on camera. So if I mess up on my words or stumble over my words, don't judge me. Anyways, um, I want to touch on the Trayvon Martin story. Um, I am completely outraged on how it's being handled. I have not been this into a case since the Casey Anthony case, which I felt was handled wrong. Also, I thought for sure that Casey Anthony was going to be locked away. Um, she would be facing the death penalty. When she walked free, I was completely speechless. Um, this case, I feel that they should be doing more. I feel like Zimmerman, the guy that is said to have shot and killed Trayvon Martin, should be locked away, should be charged, should be in jail until they have evidence, probable cause to say otherwise. I feel like he is completely in the wrong um, because he used he used the weapon when Trayvon Martin clearly didn't have any weapon on him whatsoever. All he had was a bag of Skittles and iced tea. Um, Zimmerman said that he feared for his life and he was protecting himself against what? Um, he was told by the 911 dispatcher to not follow, not pursue Trayvon Martin, but to stay where he was until law enforcement arrived. But he took it into his own hands um, that he had no right to because his position didn't call for it. He was not a security guard. He was not a police officer. He was only um, a crime watch leader or something like that. Um, he had no right to handle the situation the way that he did. Um, and I feel like it's not being handled right. A lot of people might say, oh, this is not a black and white thing, and black people are blowing it out of proportion. We can't help but to assume that that's the only reason that this case is not being enforced. Um, Everyone knows and will admit to that if it was a black um, crime watch person, leader, whatever, and he saw a white kid, white little boy, whatever, walking through a area where he's probably different and with a hoodie on at a certain time of night or whatever, and he decided to pursue him and later on shoot and kill him, I could absolutely almost guarantee you that he would be arrested. He would be charged with little to no evidence, um, with no questions asked or anything. Um, so I don't understand why the case is being handled in a different way now. It's sad to think that we still live in a world where we are stereotyped um, when things are done to us. They're not as important. They're not as important to if it was done to someone else. I didn't know that wearing a hoodie, walking in the wrong type of neighborhood um, could uh, cost you your life. That's just complete, like, outright BS to me. And I feel like Zimmerman should be charged. He should be held accountable. Um, since Trayvon Martin didn't have a weapon on him, I don't think that he should be able to claim self-defense. I don't believe his life was in jeopardy. I don't believe that his life was being threatened. I don't know if maybe some type of struggle broke out, and Zimmerman's way of calming Trayvon down or scaring him was to pull out a gun, and it accidentally went off. That's the only thing I could think of, because other than that, there was no reason at all for him to have to use a weapon against a 17-year-old who clearly was probably like 122, 23, maybe 130 pounds, when Zimmerman was clearly um, maybe 200 and something pounds. But just by the pictures that I've seen on CNN and all the news channels, Zimmerman could have clearly um, restrained Trayvon if that's what he wanted to do. He did not have to use deadly force or use a weapon against this 17-year-old petite um, little boy. Um, I just feel like this situation is being overlooked, it's being brushed off, and if um, we don't keep pursuing the situation, or the parents, then it's going to be overlooked. And I feel like if this case goes without Zimmerman being charged or at fault for um, what he did, it would be complete injustice. Um, I feel that I feel sorry for Trayvon's family. I give my condolences, because it's hard to know that your son no longer has life, but this guy is walking around living his life, not being charged, not being held responsible. Um, and I think that probably now Zimmerman is probably most likely regretting that he pulled out the gun. I'm thinking that maybe he he's thinking, maybe I should have waited, maybe I should have listened to the dispatcher. Um, I'm pretty sure he's regretting his decision now. But um, that's pretty much all I have to say about this situation. I totally disagree with how it's being handled, and I think he should be completely held responsible, accountable for Trayvon's death in any type of way. Any type of conviction would be a victory. Um, but that's all I have to say. That's my opinion about it. Others may say different. There's a lot of people out here supporting Trayvon Martin. Um, just, I feel, was killed for no reason. Had a good life in front of him, goals, dreams, and was stripped from him. Um, he was robbed of his teenage years, and won't go, won't go forward with those dreams because of this incident. Terrible tragedy. Um, but um, that's all I have to say. Um, leave your comments down to the bottom. Subscribe. Um, I might have more videos coming, different topics, maybe makeup tutorials, um, cooking tutorials, but support Trayvon, support his family, support the movement, support the hoodies. Hoodies go up. Um, subscribe, subscribe, subscribe. Leave your comments down to the bottom. Thank you.